بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. There was a question I posted in my previous video, and subhanallah, nobody answered or said anything until Sister Joanna asked, and then mashallah everybody answered. I know everybody likes Sister Joanna, but I'm a good person too, you know. Anyway, thank you for participating, and again, we want to, inshallah, I'm trying maybe to make this group more active, and we'll be asking some questions in our videos every now and then, inshallah ta'ala. So going back to that question, which was in two words, what do you think the reason for having many religions and many divisions in the same religion at our time? And I have looked at the comments in the chat, mashallah, good answers, and some of them were right on point. It's character consecration or character sanctification, which means when we give a human being a level that is beyond a human being, basically, when we think that this human being has reached a level of holiness where he does not make mistakes anymore, he's flawless, error-free, any word he says is a word of wisdom. That is the main problem, especially when it comes to the divisions in Islam. For those who watch the Aqidah videos, the groups of Aqidah, you notice that all of the groups, the divisions, were created by one man. Each one of them created by one person. Al-Ibadiyya, Abdullah ibn Ibad. Al-Ash'ariyya, Abu Hassan al-Ash'ari. Al-Maturidiyya, Abu Mansur al-Maturidi. Al-Mu'tazila were created by Wasil ibn Ata. So each one of those groups were founded by one person. That person normally is smart, charismatic, has the ability to speak and convince people, and then people start listening to this person, and then in a short time they start following that person, and even after a little bit more longer of time, they start believing that this person is holy. This person cannot make mistakes. And that is the main problem. Now, this video, inshallah, I'm going to mention something might be shocking to some people, but it's true. And I hope everybody can focus. If you're still sleepy or tired, like me, maybe you should just take a break and come back when you're fully awake. This is very important for us to know. First, we do have a lot of scholars in the past and present, Muslims. And that problem of giving those scholars, and most of them are good people, they're innocent of this bid'ah innovations, they have nothing to do with these innovations. But the people, what they did, their students, they fell in that trap. That my teacher, my imam, my scholar cannot be wrong. Any word he says is the ultimate truth. Even if it might contradict with the Quran and Hadith. We're talking about Muslims now. And that's where the divisions came from. You see, people call themselves, after the imams, Hanafi, Shafi'i, Maliki, Hanbali, and the other things. And they have forgotten that those imams, as great as they were, they made mistakes. They missed some of the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Listen to what Imam Shafi says, and I find this statement to be extremely true and extremely powerful. He says, Imam Shafi says, not a single human being was able to collect every single hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam by himself. Meaning, everyone must have missed one or two or more of the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Of course, collectively, the companions, radiyallahu anhum, may Allah be pleased with all of them, collected all the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. But one person to know every single hadith, Imam Shafi'i said that does not exist. That's why he says we all make mistakes. Imam Shafi'i says, by the way, none of the Imams, Abu Hanifa or Shafi'i or Malik or Ahmad, they said, follow me blindly or name yourself after me. And then that will be replacing your main title, which is Islam and Muslim. I personally, I'm a Muslim. I'm nothing else. People ask, Muslim what? Like what? We're just Muslim, nothing else. I'm a Muslim, and this is what the title I want to be called by on the Day of Judgment. So today, for example, I find followers of Imam Abu Hanifa. Imam Abu Hanifa is a great Imam, very knowledgeable. But surely he missed some of the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, like Raf'ul Yadayn fi Salah. He missed that hadith. And that's there is nothing shameful with that. Everybody, as we said, Imam Shafi'i said. Now, can you imagine? Now, when you tell people, by the way, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said this, Allah said this in the Quran, but my Imam said that. You are comparing between two things that are not, they're not on the same grounds. You cannot compare between these two things. It's impossible. Can you imagine that even the companions of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, who can be better than them? Nobody. From the Imams and the scholars, nobody even gets close to the rank of the companions. The companions missed some of the hadith. Some of them missed some of the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Give you an example. Imam Malik radiallahu anhu, rahimahullah. Imam Malik, and he has a lot of followers in the Maghrib, in the Morocco and this area. He used to grow his mustache. And he actually thinks that shaving your mustache like this is a terrible thing. It's a bad thing. And he didn't like people who shaved their mustache. And shaving it completely to Imam Malik is like a big shame, big sin. Why? Where did he get that from? You know, Imam Malik was in Medina all the time. And he got his madhab from the companions who happened to be there or their children. So he got that from Umar ibn al-Khattab. Did you know that Umar radiallahu anhu used to have a long mustache? He used to. What about the hadith that says grow your beard and trim your mustache? What happened to that? The scholars say Umar most likely never heard of that hadith. Is it possible? Of course it is possible. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq missed a hadith. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq himself about the grandmother's inheritance. Many of the companions missed a hadith, and sometimes they will have, you know, the scholars study this and that. Why did the companion do this? Why did he say that? It's possible that he missed a hadith. So it's possible. If the companions can possibly miss a hadith, then how do we give any scholar after that, or any human being, that level of he cannot make a mistake? That is the problem. When the people start following someone else blindly, now that can lead to shirk. You'll be surprised. Shirk is a big word, by the way. The Prophet ﷺ was reciting this ayah. This is an authentic hadith. The ayah is in Surah At-Tawbah, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, اتخذوا أحبارهم ورهبانهم أربابا من دون الله. Allah is talking about the Christians and the Jews and how they made their rabbis and priests lords, gods, instead of Allah. Adi ibn Hatim, radiallahu anhu, before he was a Muslim, he was a Christian before Islam. So he came to the Prophet ﷺ when he heard the ayah. He said, O Prophet of Allah, we did not worship them. And Allah is saying, اتخذوا أحبارهم ورهبانهم أربابا. They made them Rabb, they made them lords, they made them gods. So Adi said to the Prophet, but we did not make them God, we did not worship them. Listen to what the Prophet ﷺ said. He said, did they not change the rules, halal and haram? They changed the halal into haram and haram into halal, and you obeyed them? So Adi said, yes. He said, that is worshipping them. This hadith is extremely dangerous. Some people think worship is just Allah. You have to bow down to somebody or something. This is not only worship. Obeying someone blindly, knowing that this someone can make mistakes, and he can change haram into halal and halal into haram, whether that was done intentionally by some people who took advantage of that, or unintentionally. See, the thing is, when the scholar who is honest, God-fearing, good scholar, he tries his best and he makes a mistake, the Prophet ﷺ says he gets one ajr, he gets one reward for trying his best. But he never told you to follow that mistake blindly. My point that I'm trying to make here, the biggest problem we have today as Muslims is that we give certain people a level that no human being gets. Did you know that even the prophets of Allah, the best of the best, they made mistakes? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed that to happen to remind us that they are still human beings. The best of human beings, the best of mankind, no doubt, but they are still human beings, so nobody can say, I can't follow Prophet so-and-so or Prophet so-and-so because he's a prophet, I am not. We're going to talk about that, inshallah, in the next video. But I want to summarize what I said in very few words, important words. You should never follow anyone blindly. Never. Allah gave you a brain to use. And whenever you find something that goes against the Quran and Hadith, the only one we say Sami'na wa ata'na is the Prophet ﷺ and the Book of Allah. That's it. Everybody else can make mistakes, and we will not follow that mistake. So if you follow someone blindly and you say whatever this person says cannot be wrong, then you can, God forbid, be close to shirk. So be careful with that. You have to be careful when it comes to the aqidah. You have to be careful